How are you? Welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. In this video, I wanted to take all of you lovely people down, my memory lane. When shopping for video games in my hometown of Cork City, in the Republic of Ireland, was fun. So sit back, relax, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the video, and let me know in the comment section below what it was like for you growing up shopping for video games in your hometown. I would love to hear from you. Lads and lassies of all ages, I'm actually depressed. I really am. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. Just how depressing it is right now to shop for video games in Cork City for me. At the moment, I'm actually looking to get my hands on the PlayStation Portal remote player device. And I'm struggling. Can't get my hands on it because there is just almost no options available anymore in Cork City when buying video game products. There was only one video game retailer left in Cork City. That's crazy. Just one. They're called Smith's Toys Superstores. They have some stores in the UK and even other countries as well. I have been going into Smith's Toys since I was a kid, literally a kid. I always have this fond memory of playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on Sega Mega Drive. In there, they had TV and the console on their counter, and yeah, I remember playing Sonic 2 there, and so fun. But many other great memories over the years. Going into Smith's to get the newest games or the newest consoles. It's where I got my GameCube. Inside Smith's. They're still there, they're still standing, but they're the only option left in Cork City when buying video game products. And that is depressing because there's no choice, there's no option. If Smiths don't have something, in this case they don't have the PlayStation Portal, I don't have any other options. Yeah, I can go onto PlayStation Direct or Direct PlayStation and see if they have it in stock, which they don't. And go to the effort because they don't actually deliver to the Republic of Ireland. You have to go away and create like a fake address, like Parcel Motel kind of a thing. Like on post in the Republic of Ireland have Address Pal. They will basically allow you to use like one of their facilities in England or America, and you can basically have your product shipped to that address, and then they will deliver it to your address then. But that is just that is such a far cry, like from the days of being able to walk into Cork City and have so much choice to buy your video game products. Let me talk you through what it was like for me walking down the streets of Cork City to buy the latest video game product. As a kid growing up, because it was so magical. I know I used the word magical, but it was. It was so happy and pleasant, and so. Okay, I know you're not going to know any of these streets, so just ignore the names of the streets. Just know that it's in Cork City, the southwest of the Republic of Ireland. So I walked down a street called North Main Street. Okay, and then that would take me on to a place called the Grand Parade. Okay. My geography is detestable here now. So, on the left side, okay, of the Grand Parade, we had Game. This massive video game outlet that are still going strong to this day, I believe. Or else they might have been online only in the UK. I'm not quite sure, but they were there. And I mean, Game were massive, not just in terms of the size of their stores, but just in terms of their name. Like Game was a big name, in the gaming retail market. That's where I got my PS2, lads. My PlayStation 2. I got it in Game. So many other PS2 games, and every other game in between Game products. Every time a new game would come out, I would be able to pop into Game. On the right hand side of the Grand Parade, there was Virgin Megastores. Oh, I mean, Virgin as a company are massive. Virgin Megastores. Now, Virgin Megastores sold a lot of stuff outside of gaming, of course, like music and movies, but also games. So I'd pop in there and I'd see, what the newest games. Check out the newest game releases. That's actually where I got Resident Evil 4 on PS2. Steelbook edition. With the blood effects, the fingerprints. I genuinely thought that someone cut their finger. I remember that so much. I don't know how old I was. I was young enough. I was young and dumb. Now I'm dumb and old. But man, I felt like an idiot. I really did. Because I genuinely thought there was blood on the steelbook. I was like, what the hell? Someone cut themselves. That was in Virgin Megastore. Right beside Virgin Megastore was Argos. Another option to choose from when purchasing video game products. And I would have gotten a lot of video game products in there over the years. So then if you make your way across the road again on the left hand side and you continue going like straight down the Grand Parade from that direction, there was HMV, which is where I got my Wii U. There was no midnight launch or anything. Got it in the morning. I was in there with a friend of mine. Not sure if he got it. Did he get it? No. I mean, I would have been in there a lot of times over the years to get a lot of video game products. HMV. Then you go all the way to the end of the Grand Parade, and you would make your way to Patrick Street. And there was, there still is a supermarket in there called Merchant's Quay. Or when I was a kid, I used to call it Merchant's Quay, because that's how I pronounced Q-U-A-Y. I didn't pronounce it as Quay, I pronounced it as Quay, Merchant's Quay, Merchant's Quay or something. Merchant's Quay or Merchant's Quay, I can't remember which, but the correct pronunciation is Merchant's Quay. Upstairs in Merchant's Quay was GameStop. I had a lot of fond memories in there. A lot of fond memories in there. They were actually originally called Games World, I think, until GameStop came along. But I don't care either way. It was a video game store. It was upstairs in Merchant's Quay. that is where I got Resident Evil 2 on PS1. And it's also where I got the majority of the SmackDown games, you know, SmackDown versus Raw as well. Oh, I can't describe to you. I can't describe to you. I'm actually getting emotional, like, take me back, just take me back, come on. Please, Elon Musk, create a time machine, just take me back, please. I'm getting really upset here now. I mean, I'm not exactly crying, but I actually want to cry. I genuinely want to just cry. I want the tears to come out of my eyes. I just want to feel this emotion right now because it's fucking depressing. I remember being in secondary school, right? So like from the ages of about 14 to about 17, every year a new SmackDown game would come out, and I'm talking from PS1 to PS2, like. Well, actually, yeah. Going into tongue at the school was more the PS2 generation SmackDowns, but nonetheless, I just remember me and my friend, who were big wrestling fans at the time, yeah, big gamers as well. We would take the afternoon off school sometimes, so we wouldn't even go back. We wouldn't even go back in the afternoon. We would bunk school in the afternoon sometimes. Straight into town, straight into Merchant's Quay, upstairs, into Games World / GameStop, and get the latest SmackDown game. Oh my days. And then then GameStop moved from Merchant's Quay back up to like the middle of Patrick Street, which would have been, I'm getting my geography mixed up now. So when I mentioned HMV earlier, that's not the Grand Parade so much, that's kind of Patrick Street, yeah. But nonetheless, anyway, on Patrick Street was GameStop moved in there, and yeah, I mean, I actually went to a few midnight launches there actually as well. Most recently, the last midnight launch I went to in GameStop, I think, was for Super Mario Odyssey, and it was pretty cool to be honest with you. And then if you went beyond Patrick Street, you crossed the road to go down a place called Mailer Street, and that's where Smith's is that I mentioned earlier. And as I just mentioned as well earlier, that's where I played Sonic 2 for the very first time, and that's where I got the earlier SmackDown games on PS1. It was where I got my GameCube, man. GameCube. God. I mean, just the happiness. The midlife crisis. I swear to God. I genuinely am so depressed right now. Just look, growing up in Cork City, there was just so much choice. So much choice options to choose from when buying a game or a console, and now all there is Smith's, and I can't even get my hands on this new video game product that I can guarantee you would have been in the majority of those stores if they had still been there. Gone. You know what, Cork City as a whole anyway is just crumbling. It literally is actually crumbling. Literally, there's actually buildings that are literally crumbling. Man. Oh my days. I don't even know why this video just happened. I didn't even put any thought into this video at all. It's just sharing how I feel, and that's actually what I actually, that was the point of my channel. Like even outside of Green Hill Gaming, when I actually set up my YouTube channel, I remember saying that I would, what did I say, that I would talk about the things that happen around me and share how I feel. This is how I feel. I feel depressed walking through Cork City right now as a gamer, because there's no option. Smith is the only option. I would never thought I'd say this, but I miss GameStop. I don't miss their overpriced games. I don't miss their interrogating customer service. What I mean is like, do you have a loyalty card? No. Do you want one? No. Are you sure you don't want one? Positive. You know, if you had a loyalty card, you could get this benefit and that benefit. No, it's fine. Just think about it. You know, I don't miss that at all, to be quite honest with you. But I miss GameStop as a choice. as an option, as the last resort. You know? Because I can guarantee you if GameStop were here, they would have PlayStation Portal. But GameStop are not there. The only choice Cork City has right now is Smiths. There was just so much options. It's depressing. Oh, God, this is what it's like. This is what it's like in Cork City. This is what it's like to buy video games in Cork City. Depressing. Absolutely depressing. Jesus H Christ. I don't think this is going to affect younger people too much because everything is online for younger people. I'm not having a go at younger people and having a go at that. I get my shopping online every single week. I get my takeaway online. I get my phone credit online. I get everything online. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying this is the world that we live in, and I'm saying for young people, this is like they're not going to have these memories I have of going into physical shops. It's okay for young people because they will get into the habit of going onto sites like Direct PlayStation, making sure that they're in time to get their stock. That's what I mean. But it's just I'm not young, and it's depressing. Oh, just take me back. God Almighty, take me back. So you think I wouldn't know which one I prefer. I wouldn't know what I want to go back with without my memories. I'll go back with my memories. I'd say go back with my memories. I wouldn't make as much fucking mistakes, to be honest with you. If you're a bit more outgoing, a bit more sociable, but that's a different story for another day anyway. I just miss, particularly, just growing up as a gamer in Cork City and just having so much choice. God, I mean, just think, how many stores that I mentioned there since you keep coming. So there was Game. There was Virgin Megastores, there was HMV, there was Argos, GameStop and Smith. If I counted correctly, that is 6. I probably didn't correct. Let me try again. Just to confirm. So, Game, Virgin Megastores, Argos, HMV, GameStop and Smith. 6. 6 options I had. 6. I mean, I used to love going into Cork City and shopping around for games because you get the best prices. The majority of times it was Smiths. That's the one thing that Smiths will always have is good priced games and good priced products. 6 options. I used to love popping in and out. I mean, even if I just like going in there. I just like going in and out of the shops. You could make a day out of it. You literally could, well, not maybe a day out of it, but you could make a morning out of it. When a new game came out, and you were going into town to get a new game. I mean, it was just the experience of just popping in and out of the shops. It's just like popping into the one shop or what, and it's empty. See, think the advantage. Do you know what? If Smiths wasn't as big as they are, if they weren't specialising in toys, and if they weren't, sponsoring, there's an Irish show called the Late Toy Show. It's on every year. It's a big, massive toy show, and Smith sponsor them, and all the toys get shown, and the parents see that, and the kids see that, and so Smiths make a ton of money. They're literally around the world. This day, Smiths now. They actually took over Toys R Us, I think, in Australia or Austria. I can't remember which. They're massive, and the majority of their profits come from toys. And toys are always going to be, people. I mean, kids are always going to want toys. And the thing about toys is they're physical. You can never have digital toys, can you? You can't download a toy. A toy is something that a child will hold in their hands and interact with. So toys are never going to go away anytime soon. So that's why they're making their money and how they're making the money. So it's because of the fact, video games probably make up for, I'm not good at percentages, but it would make up a very small percentage compared to how much money they make from toys and board games and stuff like that. Video games is just a small part of their profits. So because of that, they can sell cheap games. That's why they have cheap games. But I guarantee you, if Smiths were just another video game retailer, they would have been gone well by now. Thankfully they're still here as an option technically. But it's just so depressing. I would have had PlayStation Portal well by now if we had more options. I mean, the amount of like options, like supplier options. I mean, like, because then the PlayStation Direct or Direct PlayStation, whatever it's called, it's basically just PlayStation. It's like, you know the way like if like a video game retailer would get their stock from PlayStation, this is the same thing. So they would basically be getting it from Direct PlayStation. That's really what Smiths would have been doing. It's actually in their English stores. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. Because I remember every time, like I remember like when Game left Ireland, I think they went, or they went into liquidation or something like that anyway, or administration or something. Can't remember which, but they went anyway. They went bye-byes. But they were still in England. I remember saying to myself, "Oh, this is so annoying. You know, this big English store. Of course, they don't care about Ireland. They're going to pull out of Ireland and they're going to focus in England. Oh, this is so annoying." And I remember saying, "Oh, it's so good that Smiths is an Irish company because this is never going to happen." No, they're still here, thankfully. But now we have a situation where they're prioritising their English stores when it comes to stock. How does that make any sense, like? So you can get the PlayStation Portal in England, but you can't get it in Ireland, even though Smiths is actually an Irish company. So that's frustrating. It's frustrating and it's depressing. I just want to go back. I just really want to go back. I just want to close my eyes, open them, and just be a 14, 15-year-old teenager again, walking through, you know, Cork City, you know, and just having so much options to buy your video games. Or even better, just being that little kid, being that little, you know, 13-year-old kid. You know, my mother pre-ordered the GameCube, and I remember having the pre-order like receipt, and just looking at it, you know, just looking at it, and I'm just so close to getting a GameCube. And, oh God, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so that's what it's like shopping for video games in Cork City right now. I don't think it's getting any better. It's getting worse. I mean, Smiths are empty. Walking into Smiths right in the video game pad anyway, it's empty. I mean, they can afford to continue because they still make their profits, but it's nothing like what it used to be. Oh, it truly is. I mean, going into Cork City today to buy a game, it's just just walking past what used to. Where a game is right now is it's just a grocery store chain. I think it's Spar. How depressing is that, like? For me, like, how depressing is that? The place where I got my PS2 is now a place where I can get a bottle of fucking water. You know, there was a pigeon in there. Actually, I don't know if anybody was paying attention to my Spider-Man 2 live streams lately. But I mentioned a funny story about a pigeon and I never actually finished the story. Well, I was in there last week on my birthday. And I'm always getting a bottle of water in that place. Because I only go in there to get a bottle of water. So I was getting a bottle of water, and there was this guy, and apparently he stole something from the shop. But I'm very diplomatic. I'm what's the word? I wouldn't say diplomatic, but I'm not going to accuse anyone of doing something unless I've seen it. Like, regardless of what the people in the shop say or anyone else says, I haven't seen it. Anyway, apparently he stole something from the shop anyway, and there was drama going on and whatever. And I'm just standing there thinking to myself, okay, how long more am I going to wait to get served? Why can't one person handle this and the other person handle serving customers, you know? Anyway, so, but a pigeon walked in. They literally walked right into the shop, just cool as a breeze, just like a human would. Just walked into the shop, didn't fly, didn't stumble, wasn't a bit scared, walked into the shop and just had a good look around. We were looking at the drama, of course, as well, what was going on. But he had a good look around. Then he walked out. I'm thinking to myself, you know what that is? Do you know what that is? That's a sign of the afterlife. That's a sign of reincarnation. That motherfucker, unfortunately, his human form has came to an end. He died, but he came back as a pigeon, and he was just recounting his memories of, God, this place used to be a game. God, I want to get my PS1 in here. You know, and they walked out. That's what happened there. But yeah, so Game is now just a grocery store. Where Virgin Megastore is, this is where it gets more depressing. A discount store. A discount. This is where you can get your panties. Women, get your €1 panties here. They were even selling fucking some kind of sex toy on there one time. It was bizarre. It was like, okay. You could get literally anything in there, you know. From a bottle of milk to a pair of panties to a sex toy. God almighty. That's where Virgin Megastore used to be. Holy fuck. Oh my God. So yeah, Argos is just an empty building right now. It's only a matter of time before it gets turned into a donut shop or a fucking vape superstore. You know, this is where you can get all the lost berries in the world. Oh God almighty, it's just so depressing, man. Yeah, more than likely that'll be turned into a vape store or something like that. Anyway, it's a big massive premises, so I don't know. It'll have to be a vape superstore, literally. What is so HMV turned into golden discs, which is a weird one. Yeah, golden discs. No, I said, just in case I think it was something else. Annoyingly, they used to sell video games in their other golden disc stores, and the most annoying part about it, this was a much smaller golden discs. Right, that was also in Merchant's Quay, the place I spoke of earlier. That was upstairs as well. I actually forgot to mention them. Actually, they were also a video game option. A shout out to Golden Discs. They didn't quite make it they didn't make it a full roster when I mentioned the honourable mention. Golden Discs. They were also in Merchant's Quay upstairs. They also sold video games as well. So there's a seventh option. Golden Discs. But no, they decided to reopen, not reopen, but they decided to move in to where H&B used to be. But it's a big, massive store, and they don't sell video games. They sell vinyls. You know, vinyls are back in fashion, but not fucking video games. It's amazing to me how people say physical is dying. You know, physical is dying, but they're bringing back fucking vinyls. The Beatles, like first album, is brought back in vinyl. What the hell? But then again, I can't buy physical video games. What the hell's that about? So yeah, Golden Discs in this new venue doesn't sell video games. God, did I miss anything? GameStop now, as I mentioned, is gone. They will be turned into a vape shop or a donut shop as well. And GameStop is the only place, or Smith's is the only place that is still standing. And it is just really depressing. I don't want this to go over the 30-minute mark. I really don't. I don't think it's needed. So just let me know what you think of. Listen to the one music going up again, the Whoosh Academy. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And what's it like for you? What's it like for you? You know, in particular, I don't mean to be ageist here now, but I'm particularly kind of calling out for the oldies, the millenniums, possibly even boomers. You know, I remember getting Pong or Donkey Kong on the NES, the NES, yeah. What did I say? The NES. But no, seriously, the older the better for this video, to be honest. What was it like for you? You know, walking into your hometown and buying physical games? I'd love to know. I'm gonna just cry. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time on Green Hill Games.